meeting of the Cotton County Planning Commission. And
What's that?
there's no connection on this one. Oh, here we go. Okay.
It's a little slow.
We're here today for EAW for EPM mine, known as the Sioux Rock Quarry. Before we start, we will have everyone in the room introduce themselves. I'm Phil Harder, Planning Commission.
Lindsay Cartwright, Planning Commission.
I'm Josh Fast, Planning Commission.
Mike Haugen, Planning Commission.
Tom Apple, Planning Commission, representing the County Board of Commissioners.
Nick McCabe from ISG.
Mark Butler, MPM.
Mike Lang, MPM.
Matt Rademacher, Minnesota Historical Society.
Michaela Harder, Minnesota Historical Society.
Jim Rankin, Minnesota Historical Society.
David Breezy, Minnesota Historical Society. David Carter, County Resident.
Tom Sanders, Red Rock Ridge Research Group.
Kevin O'Keefe, Lawson Community.
Anita Moody, Cottonwood, SWCD.
Alex Schultz, Planning and Zoning, Cottonwood.
Okay, thank you all for being here today. With that, I will call to order the public hearing for EAW for Minnesota Paving and Mining. And with that, I'm going to say that it's been determined that the EAW as presented does not have sufficient information to move forward at this time. So our plan is to ask MPM if they would be willing to delay for up to a year so that more information can be gathered. The reasons behind this were the comments that were presented so far on the EAW. I'm going to go through some of those comments from the there was extensive comments from the MPCA, which detailed specifically the EAW step by step from that was a pretty detailed list, and I think you guys saw that list. Also from the Council for Minnesota Archaeology, they specifically request an archaeological examination to be initiated, continued, and completed. Current developments efforts to be paused to give the archaeological community and related stakeholders a chance to complete their cultural work. From In Situ, which did the phase 1 archaeological survey, they recommend further study to be completed to assess if there are any adverse indirect effects to the Jeffers petroglyph site from the operation of the quarry. The indirect effects of the operation of the quarry to the Jeffers petroglyph should be considered as there may be an indirect effect on the integrity of the site from the operation of the proposed quarry expansion. Factors of visual impact, noise, and dust, windblown sediment to the site from the quarry should be considered. Therefore, In Situ recommends further studies be completed to assess if there are any adverse indirect effects to the Jeffers petroglyph site from the operation of the quarry. From the State Historic Preservation Office, they recommend consultation with the Native American tribes who may have a current or ancestral interest in this area of the state. We recommend this because this quarry operation as it currently exists already impacts the Jeffers petroglyph site through visual intrusion and noise, as well as windborne sediment that accelerate lichen growth on the rock face, obscuring the petroglyph images. From the State Archaeological Office, the OSA recommends a comprehensive phase 1 archaeological reconnaissance by qualified archaeologists. The OSA also recommends consultation with the Minnesota Indian Affairs Council and tribal communities with an expressed interest in the area. From the SRDC, the Southwest Regional Development Commission, they state that Minnesota SHPO officials have expressed concern with further development this close to the Jeffers petroglyphs and the larger Red Rock Ridge. SRDC staff concur with SHPO staff that developers should pursue consultation with Native American tribes who may have a current or ancestral interest in this area of the state. From the Red Rock Ridge Research Group, a detailed analysis of the impact of the mining operation on the nearby Jeffers petroglyphs due to the deposition of particulate matter must include all existing and proposed sources of particulate matter within a 5-mile radius of the project. A demonstration that the blasting of the quartz site will not have a deleterious impact on the petroglyphs. A comprehensive socioeconomic impact analysis that would result from the impact to the petroglyphs and a detailed analysis of alternatives, including a no-build option. A comment from Charles Peterson, Minnesota SHPO. That comment I just read was from Charles Peterson. The Red Rock Research Group, per recommendation of the Minnesota Historic Prevention Office, SHPO, letter dated October 3rd, 2024, states they did not consult with Native American tribes who may have a current or ancestral interest in the area of the state. The survey is not sufficient. It needs more information about methods and field conditions, and more shovel tests should be done to clearly establish sterile soils and possible archaic artifacts and occupation surfaces. So there's a theme running through here of what needs to be studied. The MPCA, their information went into detail. I don't know if we need to go through all that, Alex. You want me to read through some of that?
No, but it went kind of side by side as far as
They're
each
just-
subject of the
yeah.
EAW went.
I'll
as
just
far
read
as-
the general comment. The
Yeah.
MPCA believes the EAW as written is insufficient per Minnesota Rule 4410.1700, subsection 2A. If the Cottonwood County RGU agrees additional information is necessary but could be obtained to make an informed decision on the need for EIS, it shall either one, make a positive declaration for a need for an EIS, or postpone the decision for the need of an EIS in order to obtain the additional information and provide written notice as cited with the rule. So what we're proposing today is that we would postpone the decision for need of an EIS to gather more information on the EAW and provide sufficient information to answer the questions of an EAW that were not answered. Are there any comments from the board at this time?
Would this, EIS include the entire quarry site, the 20 acres plus the 157?
I think what we're proposing
The 10 acres.
is to do the 10 acre, the EAW that's on the 10 acres, that they would provide more information on the EAW. We're not talking about moving to an EIS at this time.
Yeah.
Just looking at the EAW, the 10 acre site, and providing more information to answer the questions that the EAW requires.
Right, okay.
And to work with the other parties that have a specific interest in the area surrounding the quarry. Does MPM want to make any comment on this? Or, I guess the question is, are you willing to go back and provide more information to the EAW so we can move forward from that point and see where we're at?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of, we are willing to cooperate and probably explain away some of the comments that were made.
Yeah, and then I think also, you know, what was stated, several of the parties commented on, working with the Native American community and the interest that they have and the impact the site, the specific site of the 10 acres plus the surrounding area may have. And the Jeffers Petroglyphs, the Minnesota Historic Society, working directly with them also to gather information that they deem relevant.
Yeah.
Okay. And would, you know, I think to get adequate archaeological study, is something that's gonna take more than a couple months, because right now that area is frozen and covered in snow, so, you know, we're looking at time period. I know the archaeological study that was done in 12 to 18 inch standing soybeans, so it maybe wasn't the best time of the year to do an archaeological study on a piece of agriculture ground. So, you know, I think our question would be, is a 365-day window agreeable to your company to give everyone adequate time to give input on the EAW?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say if there's an agreement, I'd table the discussion for a later date to be determined.
Okay.
As far as the planning of, as far as this public hearing goes by itself.
And then the EAW itself, that would, when that's completed, the information is updated.
Yep.
Then that would be presented again to the EQB.
Correct, yep. The EQB will republish it, for further comment. That's how we did it with Red Rock Quarry too.
Correct, yeah.
When they had to take theirs back.
Right.
I think we gave them about a year. They got it done within less than a year. They resubmitted it to the EQB. We got comments back, and then we went forward with the expansion.
Okay.
So, would it be beneficial and time saving for us all to allow you guys to read our responses to these comments, since we haven't had that opportunity yet, before we take this too far? When we're talking about a republishing and of the EAW and all that, I think you guys deserve, and we deserve, the opportunity to reply to the comments, so that you have all the information before additional work is required.
Okay, the comments that MPCA had, you saw their reply?
That is one I do not have.
Yeah, it came in probably yesterday.
Yesterday is when we got it.
That's what I was wondering, did you have like an updated meeting? Since, we only got comments today.
Right.
So we could have an updated meeting where we could all look at the literature instead of 5 minutes, in advance, I guess.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, give us an opportunity to reply to these comments.
Let's see here, let me look up the rules. We can have, get really picky. Just give me a second here. So one option would be to have up to 30 days. Up to 30 days for it would be under the same issue of insufficient information, or in this case, the party hasn't had a chance to reply to the comments, the public comments, because like you said, we've had a comment even put in today that they should have they should have the right to reply, or at least address all these comments. So we could push it off 30 days, up to 30 days.
Doesn't the rule give you 30 days
Or-
to respond to the comments with an option to push that out another 30 days?
It's
Needed
just
if it's-
one 30-day window, but the only issue that I'm not exactly sure, and I wish we had some legal help here, but she's doing trials today. It says, okay, actually, yeah, okay, yeah, here it is, yeah. The responsible government unit may extend the 30-day comment period for an additional 30 days one time. Further extensions of the comment period may not be made unless approved by the project's proposer. The responsible government unit's decision on the need for an environmental impact statement must be based on the environmental assessment worksheet and the comments received during the comment period, and must be made within 15 days after close of the comment period. So today is the last day to receive those comments.
Today was the close of the comment period.
Yep, and so we can extend the comment period for 30 days, and then we get 15 days after that 30 days if we want to make a decision on the EIS. The thing that I'm worried about is if there still is insufficient information, can we extend that to a with, you know, what we were discussing before within the year, if we've already extended it 30 days.
The statute that you sent yesterday, what I have here is, the RGU shall either make a positive declaration for EIS, which we were on, I'm trying to go that route today, but postpone the decision on the need of an EIS for not more than 30 days for such other period of time as agreed upon by the RGU and the proposer. So it can be on a time other than 30 days. Is the way it states, for not more than 30
One
days
or the
or
other.
such other period of time.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what that means, or such other period of time. To me, it means a different time period that's agreed upon.
As long as it's mutually agreed upon.
Right, right, that's the way I understand it.
Yeah. So it kind of sounds like the options are either extended for 30 days and have the correct amount, or the responses. I would say the correct amount of responses that don't require an EIS, or extend it a year and
Up to a year.
up to a year, yeah, up to a year, where you guys can hand it in whenever. And then we would have to wait another 30 days for another comment period. So it's either 1 month or I would say at the least 2 months, just because of the 30 days.
So we heard earlier that after today, since it closes today, we get 15 days to respond to those comments. So we're
Correct,
still in the
Yep,
direct rules of the law right now.
correct. So
And we're having this meeting a little prematurely, I think, because we haven't had our 15 days to respond.
So we could also, we could go, today's Thursday. 10 days for publication. What's the special meeting? Is it 3 days? Call for a special meeting
I'm not sure.
ahead of time?
Planning and zoning. It should, I'm not 100% sure.
We could call for a meeting on, let's see, it's out 19th. March 1st.
Saturday.
Yeah. March 1st will be Saturday. Let's see here.
You're anticipating that we need to republish this as a meeting?
Correct, yeah.
I'm not sure that's correct. I believe we can, and again, I'm not an attorney, so I get a little nervous saying this, but I believe I recall some times where once this meeting has been and everybody involved has been at this initial meeting, that you can go ahead and set it without.
We could table it and then we can, okay, so we don't have to wait that 10.
That needs to be verified, but I don't think you have to republish the meeting.
We don't have, in other words, we don't have to wait the 10 days, cause then we could have the meeting the 27th. And that would give you guys,
I won't be here.
okay. What day works for you?
The 25th might work.
25th?
Would work. 26th and 27th don't.
Okay.
27th maybe would work, but.
I know nothing's there.
Okay. So we can would we be able to reschedule this for the 25th then? And we would just send out a notice to every single one here, get all your addresses and everything, for the 25th, and then give you guys a chance to respond to those comments. And then we'll ask the same question. Is this insufficient or is this sufficient enough to make the determination? With their replies to the comments. I think that's the best way to do it.
So they'll reply to the comments that were made.
Yep.
Up until today.
Up until today, yep. Yep.
But they're not redoing the EAW, they're just
Nope.
commenting on.
They're commenting on they're replying to what was commented on. The MPCA article, the Minnesota Historical Society article, or emails, SRDC, and I think like four other ones. Yeah, Red Rock Research Group, OSA, SHPO, Charles Peterson comment. So then it'll work out a lot better, I think. So let's schedule the meeting for the 25th, table it for the 25th, and then we'll come back to it. That sounds like a very fair idea. We can make sure that we have everything we need.
Yeah, that gives the proposer time to reply to comments.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Does that kind of work with everyone else here?
Will we get copies of the comments?
Yep, they are public, so I can send, would everyone here prefer just me sending an email? Alright, so we'll start with you. I'll make sure to post this meeting. I'll send it to you all. And just on the back, just write down all of your emails, and then I can just put them all on the list.
Just put emails on the list sign-in sheet, right by their name on the front side.
It's got the title and everything. It probably doesn't have enough room, so. As long as I have everyone's email, then that should work. So if you wanna table this public hearing then for that should work.
Make a motion to table for additional comments
To the 25th at 12:30.
till the 25th at 12:30.
Yep. Actually, I'm gonna go for sure.
I'll second.
25th. Or just February.
Been moved by, seconded by Mike to table the hearing until February 25th at 12:30 PM. Any discussion on that? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Motion carries.
Be right back. Yep, it works.
Okay.
It works for this exact spot. So we'll do that.
Motion is done.
Correct? Alright, sounds good.
So then, this point, the hearing is tabled then until February 25th.
Perfect.
Have anything else for the planning commission?
No.
Then the meeting got on the planning commission.